Well, good Thursday morning and welcome to the September Rooster Booster Breakfast here for the Greater Owensboro Chamber of Commerce. As you all can see, we're on the campus of beautiful Brescia University. Hold on, I feel like I should do a twirl. I model the campus. You can see the students behind us. They're living the Brescia dream. They're channeling their inner Bearcat. And you're gonna meet a lot of these students this morning during Rooster Booster, and I'm excited about that. So thank you so much for joining us. And right now, I'm gonna welcome our very first special guest of the day to our Rooster Booster virtual broadcast. And when I say Brescia student, back in the day, and I mean, back in the day, she was a stellar student here and she's gone on to great things in our community. Please welcome a former Brescia University student, now alumni, and representative, Candace Brake.
All right.
What? Wait, hold on. What is that?
Oh, Chad, you didn't hear? So last year, I am now a distinguished alumni of Brescia University. Guys, this means there's hope for everybody, trust me.
So anytime that Candace walks on campus, she brings her plaque, so everybody knows how legit she is. Clearly too legit to quit.
That's right.
Are you ready to start the program?
We are ready.
Okay, gang, so to get us started this morning, like we always do at Rooster Booster, we're gonna have an invocation, and yes, we have a Brescia student to present that for us. Her name is Mercedes Santos Tejas. She is from Louisville, Kentucky, a student right here in Owensboro. She is a sophomore studying political science and pre-law. Mercedes, take it away.
Hello, my name is Mercedes Santos and I would like to welcome you to Brescia University. This is our chapel. I would like for you guys to please join me in a prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for another great day that you have given us to come together as a community. Thank you for taking care of us during these crises and helping us overcome them. We ask you to please forgive us for the mistakes that we commit on a daily basis. We are not perfect, but we do learn from every mistake. We ask you to please guide us through the confusing times and give us the strength to overcome every obstacle in our path. We ask you to please give us the courage to stand up against racism and discrimination in our society. We ask you to please help us thrive in every aspect of our life. We ask you to please take care of our children whom are suffering by the hand of the wicked people. We ask you to cure and aid everyone who is sick and vulnerable. We ask you all these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Querido Padre Celestial, gracias por otro gran día que nos has dado para unirnos como comunidad. Gracias por cuidarnos durante estas crisis y por ayudarnos a superarlas. Te pedimos perdón por los errores que cometemos a diario. No somos perfectos, pero aprendemos de cada error. Te pedimos que nos guíes a través de los tiempos confusos y nos des fuerzas para superar todos los obstáculos en nuestro camino. Te pedimos que nos des el coraje para luchar contra el racismo y la discriminación en nuestra sociedad. Te pedimos que nos ayudes a prosperar en cada aspecto de nuestra vida. Te pedimos que cuides por favor a nuestros niños que están sufriendo en las manos de las personas malvadas. Te pedimos que cures y ayudes a todos las personas que están enfermas y vulnerables. Te pedimos todas estas cosas en el nombre de Cristo. Amén.
Excellent prayer, Mercedes. All right, so we are here at the track at Brescia University, and look at this, the amazing basketball arena. Go Bearcats! And I have special Brescia guests with me. This is Lindsay. Wave, Lindsay. This is Brooklyn. Okay, so Lindsay, tell our Rooster Booster crowd where you're from and what you're studying here at Brescia.
I'm from Hardinsburg, Kentucky, and I'm currently a middle school education major with special ed.
Okay, and what year are you at Brescia?
I'm a sophomore.
Brooklyn, your turn. It's magic time. Where are you from? What are you studying at Brescia?
I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm a human resource major, and I'm a junior.
So let me ask you this. So how did you come to Owensboro, Kentucky from Nashville, Tennessee? I mean, obviously Brescia, but what brought you here?
I was actually recruited on the golf team, and I just fell in love with it once I came here.
So you're still playing golf?
Yes.
Really? I'm so bad at golf. I mean, it really is pitiful. I can't even play miniature golf. It's pathetic. Okay, and so Hardinsburg, I mean, you're not too far away from Owensboro. And so what do you love about Brescia University?
I love because it's like a small community. I grew up in a small community, so it felt like home as soon as I got here.
Well, welcome home to home number 2. You mentioned Nashville, Tennessee. Our next Brescia student is from Nashville, Tennessee. His name is Simon Ford. He is a sophomore and he's studying political science. And Simon wants you to join him in our Pledge of Allegiance this morning.
Please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, Simon.
Yeah, Simon killed it, by the way. Okay, so we are inside the atrium here at Brescia. I want to introduce you to my new friends. This is Bailey. Say hi, Bailey. Say hi, Bailey.
Oh, hi.
There she goes. And Dakota.
Hey,
Okay, so Bailey, what's your last name?
Older.
Bailey Holder, and where are you from?
Hopkinsville, Kentucky.
Hopkinsville, and what year are you here at Brescia?
Junior.
Studying?
Accounting.
Accounting, nice. Okay, Dakota, what year are you?
junior,
And you are from where?
Center, Kentucky.
Okay, and you're studying what?
Psychology.
Psychology, okay. So, Bailey, tell us about this awesome facility we're in. Give them a look, by the way. Give us a virtual look around inside the atrium. So, what is all in this building, Bailey?
So this is the Moore Center. We have like this meeting area, the atrium, the cafeteria is behind us. On the other side, the gym, and then upstairs we have like admissions offices and other places.
Okay, so Dakota, I'm going to be honest. I kind of tapped out after she said cafeteria, so let's talk about the cafeteria. What do we got? What kind of good eating do we have at the cafeteria?
Well, today we had grilled chicken tenders, chicken nuggets, mac and cheese, vegetables, and a roll. So it's pretty good.
Okay, so I just want it to be known I'm going to be moving into the atrium at Brescia. One of these couches you see, I'm going to just make that my bed and we're going to go with it. So the Brescia experience, you all love this school?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about Brescia?
The friends.
The friends,
Yeah.
who by the way have completely abandoned her for this segment. What's your favorite part about Brescia?
I probably got to agree with her. Like, I came from a really small town, and so just meeting new people is really nice.
Love that. Speaking of meeting new people, what a transition, buddy. Dakota's nailing it. We're going to meet new people here during Rooster Booster. It is time for our new member introductions. So take it away, Jacqueline Graves.
Four Seasons Heating and Cooling has been serving Greater Owensboro for the past 39 years. This year, Greg and Teresa Elder purchased the business. Greg worked as a service tech for Four Seasons and has been in the HVAC field for the past 31 years. They provide heating and cooling services, ductless heating and cooling, air cleaners, air humidifiers, duct cleaning, commercial and industrial refrigeration. Four Seasons is always happy to provide a free estimate on equipment replacement. They offer financing options including 0% for up to 60 months. Contact Four Seasons for your heating and cooling needs. They'll keep you comfortable all year long. Welcome, Four Seasons Heating and Cooling. The Party Space Place is a micro-event venue located right here in Owensboro. This chic space was designed for people who want to host an upscale event but don't want to spend a lot of money. TPSP has offerings such as party hosts to allow you to interact with your guests, party pickups to cut the stress of event prep, and a clean facility. TPSP is a family-owned business with a desire to add to Owensboro's growing small business industry. So, if you need a space to host your next party or event, don't mess up your place, let them be your party space. Welcome the Party Space Place. Willow and Pine European Market offers beautiful and unique items for table, kitchen, and home. They have Italian dinnerware, French glassware, Polish pottery, Wedgwood china and stemware, and table linens made in the Ukraine. They also carry Mason Cash baking collections, casual dinnerware collections, and kitchen utensils, cutting boards, and everyday linens. They offer an online wedding registry and wish list for birthdays and Christmas. Customers can purchase in-store, online, and via social media, and private appointments are available. Welcome, Willow and Pine European Market.
Welcome to all of our new members. We are so pumped to have you with us here at the Greater Owensboro Chamber of Commerce. Okay, this tour of campus is incredible. I mean, this building is incredible, right? The new Field Center. But before we proceed, I have a very special guest. I know you all been waiting for the first appearance of the morning. very special guest to show you this morning. Guess who's with us? It's Barney! Barney the Bearcat. Now I have to ask you, are you excited to be back in school for the fall semester? That's a yes. I'm going to translate mascot for you this morning, okay? A nod is a yes. Also, here at Brescia University, you all are gearing up for the sports season too, because sports as of right now are still going on. Are you excited about it? Yes, that is an extra special yes. All right, so Barney, we have some more work to do today, okay? We do. We have more work to do. In fact, you're about to see a great presentation about Brescia University, and then you're going to hear from somebody extra special too. You know who Father Larry Hostetter is, don't you? Yes.
Good morning, Rooster Booster. This is Father Larry Hostetter coming to you from my office here at Brescia University. I think this might be the 15th time that I'm coming to you on this day as one of the sponsors of Rooster Booster. And it's always an exciting time for us because we get to showcase Brescia University a little bit, especially our students. But it's a little bit different this year. You're usually not seeing me from my office. But we're not going to stay in my office. We're going to move over to something brand new for us, the Field Center on 9th and Fredeca Street. A lot of you have been asking me about it, and I've got an opportunity to have a little bit of a walkthrough video with you to share with you what it looks like on the inside, and then while doing so, telling you a little bit about what's going on at Brescia University. So I'm going to share my screen here, and hopefully this will work. Here we go. So here you see the floor plans of the new Field Center for Professional Studies. In this building is housed our School of Education, our School of Social Work, and School of Business, along with our executive boardroom, which is also a classroom, an auditorium, and an art gallery. So let's take a look and see what all this looks like. We'll start out at the back here behind one of our student apartments, which is actually the entrance to the Field Center, behind the building, this great little plaza here. And as you come into the building, the first thing you'll encounter is this gorgeous stained glass window of St. Ursula and Companions, which reminds us of our origins as having been founded by the Ursuline Sisters of Mount St. Joseph. The new building is very spacious. There's places for students to meet and talk. And as you come in the first floor, there's a wing of new faculty offices. And all of these offices are offices for our School of Business. Our School of Business is one of our oldest departments, going back to the founding in 1950. And you can see here all the faculty have new offices, new furniture, bright windows, lots of light. This one seems to have decorated a lot more than the other person. Which brings us now to Duffy Auditorium. This auditorium holds 150 people. We're really grateful to have this extra size right now with the pandemic, in that we're able to spread our students out a little bit. So this has been used on multiple occasions already, and it's a great addition to Brescia. People from the outside, once restrictions are lifted, will be able to use it as well. Also on this floor are two dedicated computer classrooms. This one is a very large room that can be divided into two rooms. And as you can see, there are stations for each of the students. Across the hall is a digital learning lab where students can work in groups with the professor. You can see here right in the middle of the classroom. All of the electronics here is under the floor, and it can be moved as the professor needs to change the configurations of the class. We'll move now to the second floor, and the video is taking us to the School of Education, and specifically the CRC, which is the Curriculum Resource Center, which is on the same floor as the offices for the social work faculty and the education faculty. This will be used by our education students as they prepare their own lessons and learn how to be the teachers of the future. These rooms, which appear on both our second and third floor, are these seminar rooms. One of my favorite features in that it has the glass around the room. They can be configured differently, so there can be small group meetings or small seminar classes. Each of the floors has these lengthy, spacious hallways with a balcony that you can see on the left that students can use to meet. This is the new executive boardroom or executive classroom. You can see here, I want to pause this for a moment because you can see on the back wall the 4 parts of the Brescia difference. These are really important to us: respect for the sacred, devotion to learning, commitment to growth and virtue, promotion of servant leadership. So our board members who will be using this as their boardroom, and our business students who will be using this to have experience of what it's like to work in our boardroom, will understand those values, those Brescia values, because they'll be right there on the wall for everyone to see. All of these classrooms have the latest technology in them with microphones, projectors, smart walls, and other ways to engage the students. This is another one of my favorite places here. From the outside, this is the tower, and there's a little prayer room. It's not yet furnished. A prayer room, reflection room, quiet place where students, faculty, and staff can go and just get away from everything and spend some time in reflection. Moving now to the third floor, again, you see this very spacious hallway where students can gather to work or to socialize. Everything was put together so that our students are at the center of it all and will be able to make good use of it. We've already seen several of our students studying there and getting together after class, of course, in a socially distant way, given that we are in the pandemic. And then finally, the plaza out front still needs a little bit of landscaping, but you can see there that it has made a great new front door for Brescia University and a new landmark for the community. I'm going to now move us back to me and stop sharing here for a moment. There we go. I think you can see me again. I hope you can. So thank you for being part of this today. As I said, we're always thrilled to be a part of the Chamber and Rooster Booster. I'm especially grateful to all of our faculty and staff for putting in so much work this summer, getting us ready for this fall. You know, we weren't 100% certain that things were going to work this fall, but we have a safety plan in place and ways to manage any possible positive cases of corona, and doing so in a safe way to keep everybody as healthy as possible. Now, what we want to do is invite you to campus if you can today. So we're going to be giving away some T-shirts. We do this every year. Usually they're on the back of your chairs there at the convention center. We don't have that available this year, of course. So we have our staff will be at the Newfield Center from 9 to 11 today. So as you're driving by campus, if you want to turn in at 8th Street, they'll be there to greet you and to give you a T-shirt in commemoration of today. We are also going to make available to anybody that wants it a tour of the Field Center. Obviously, we'll do that in a socially distanced way, everybody with facial covering, so that those that are in the building are safe and that you are safe as well. So we'd love to have that opportunity to do that for you. You know, one of the questions I always get every year is how are we doing with enrollment? And people are asking that, especially now, given the fact that the pandemic has made for a lot of uncertainty in higher ed. Well, our on-ground traditional age students is actually up over last year by about 12%. And with our new graduate programs, our graduate students are up about 21%. You know, the group that I think we have to think about and that are having the most difficult time in education right now are parents who are non-traditional students who maybe have counted on being able to take classes in the evening, to be able to study when they're not at work. They're having a tough time right now with kids at home, working with NTI and having to help them do their remote learning. Some of them have just told us, we're going to have to wait till next semester or things free up for them. So the pandemic has created some uncertainty and instability for our non-traditional students, but we're doing our best to support them as well and to promise that we're still going to be here if they're unable to take advantage of the flexibility that we are offering them. Our on-ground classes, it's really kind of cool the way it's happened this year. Students can participate in 3 different ways. They can participate face-to-face, and like I said, those large classrooms really help a lot because we've identified exactly where students should sit to maintain distance. So they can sit face-to-face with the professor. The professor, if they prefer not to be in the classroom, they can actually teach remotely. Students can also participate via Zoom or Teams while the class is going on, if for whatever reason they have that option. Or they have also the option of participating what we call asynchronously, where they can watch a recording, just like this recording. I'm recording this with Teams myself. They can watch this recording and do their assignments. This we feel like provides the best flexibility possible during this really difficult time for lots of people. We want to be sure, and I know our sister schools are in town are doing the exact same thing of being as flexible as possible so that our students can still get their education. And all of that is made possible because our faculty and staff have done such an incredible job getting us ready for that. Our students too deserve a lot of credit. They're being faced with challenges like very few generations before them. And so this is their challenge. I told them this is the challenge that they have to face head on, just as their great-grandparents had to face World War II head on. And, from my perspective, they're doing it. I've got a great deal of trust in our young people, and they're stepping up and they're making the best out of a very difficult situation. I can't be prouder of them. They're doing really a great job. And normally, again, if we were in the convention center, we would have some student representatives there for you to meet. So again, please stop by, come check out our field center. I appreciate all the support from this community for Brescia University. A number of you are benefactors, you're our donors. As you know, we're in the middle of a $3 million Onward Brescia campaign that is designed to get our strategic plan up and running. We've already gotten $1 million of that collected. We have you to thank for that. That kind of support is critical for all of the institutions here in Owensboro that serve your higher education needs. So again, please come by, and if you want the tour, please come in. Or if you just can do so quickly, at least come by and get your t-shirt and wear it proudly. So thank you all, and God bless all of you, and enjoy the rest of the morning.
Thank you, Father Larry.
Yes, indeed. And by the way, Ruthie, I'm sure you probably know this. Well, there's a huge semi going by. Hey, Cowboy Farms. Father Larry's kind of a big deal, right?
Yeah.
So play your cards right. Okay, so this is Ruthie, everybody. Tell them where you're from.
I'm from Northern Kentucky, Fort Thomas.
Fort Thomas. Okay, how long have you been a student at Brescia?
3 years. I'm a senior.
So how did you find Brescia? How did Owensboro, Kentucky get on your radar?
The soccer coach reached out.
Really? So you're a soccer player?
I am.
Still on the team?
Yes.
Love that. And what are you studying?
Psychology and minor in Spanish.
So we're right outside the Moore Center, which is sort of like the hub for students here at Brescia, yes?
Yep.
Okay, so we have some work to do. We have to introduce a very special guest to the program this morning, okay? So do you feel like you're up on your Brescia University history?
Yeah.
Okay. So Candace Brake, as you all know, is the president and CEO of the Greater Owensboro Chamber of Commerce. She also happens to be a graduate of Brescia. Now, you say you're up on your history. Do you know that Candace owns a very important distinction from this school?
Yeah, she was named Distinguished Alumni of 2019.
Did you all hear that? Do you hear how up on history this girl is? So without further ado, we have to introduce her, right?
Yeah.
The Distinguished Alumni from 2019 here at Brescia University, your president and CEO of the Greater Owensboro Chamber of Commerce. I feel like we should do a drum roll. Come on, let's drum roll. Drum roll for Candace Brake.
Thank you so much, Chad and Ruthie. I look forward to coming back to Brescia after our chamber update to greet everyone at the end so we can hand out great Brescia t-shirts and give you great tours of the new field center. So we want to start off with just some really good news here at the chamber. September is a month we're really picking up and a lot of opportunities for us to get together to do some things that really are making a difference in the community. And one of those is our hallmark program, Leadership Owensboro. And I'd like to have the privilege now to introduce the new class of Leadership Owensboro. Jason Anderson from Owensboro Health Park, Harrison Bryant from Malcolm Bryant Corporation, Sarah Butterworth from Owensboro Health, Joy Carroll, Impact 100 Owensboro, Summer Crick, Kentucky Wesleyan College, Katie Drab, the Hershey Company, Summer Dunaway from EM Ford, Robin Donovan, U.S. Bank, Ellen Ebelhair, Independence Bank, Dr. Stacy Eds Ellis from Owensboro Community and Technical College, Matt Fitzgerald, Daniel Dick State Farm, Donna Fitzgerald, Hospice and Palliative Care of Western Kentucky, Megan Gross, New Beginnings Sexual Assault Support Services, Drew Hardesty, Wonder Boy Media, John Harrelson of Harrelson Farms, Quincy Harris, Puzzle Pieces, Samantha Howard, Southern Star Central Gas Pipeline, Amanda Huff, Audubon Area Head Start, Joe James, Owensboro Municipal Utilities, April Jennings from Sherry Care Incorporated, Kitty Jones from Employment Opportunities, Leslie Crampy, Kenergy Corporation, Bryson Morrow from St. Joseph Peace Mission for Children, Brandy Matthew, Advanced Cardiology of Owensboro, Trudy Mattingly from Southern Star Central Gas Pipeline, Mary Morehouse, German American Bank, Travis Owsley, St. Joseph Peace Mission, Gwen Payne, Owensboro Symphony Orchestra, Sarah Poole, Wendell Foster, Reverend Rundle and Randolph, the Owensboro NAACP Branch 3107, Kathleen Richard, Southern Star Central Gas Pipeline, Bethany Roberts of Owensboro Grain Company, LLC, Alex Ross from Southern Star Central Gas Pipeline, John David Sandifer, Owensboro Public Schools, Tyler Shookman, Talk to Tyler, LLC of L. Steve Castle Realtors, Gina Siddons from American Patriot Getaways, Antoine Smith-Rouse, Owensboro Community and Technical College, Rachel Whelan from Brescia University, J.D. Winkler of Owensboro Police Department, and Emmy Woosley from Dicel Safety System America Incorporated. Welcome to Leadership Class of 2021. We can't wait to get to know you all. This is the biggest class we've had in the history of LO. Just so many good applicants this year. So we have 40. So 2021, we've got 40 good ones. Looking forward to working with all of you. Our Goat Vote initiatives are kicking off with a webinar with Michael Adams, and that will be on September the 18th. That's going to be a Friday morning at 10 a.m. Michael Adams will talk to us about all of the different ways that we will be able to vote in Kentucky. And we do want to tip our hat to Secretary Adams for his bipartisan efforts with Governor Beshear to ensure that everyone in our community has an opportunity, an ample opportunity to vote. So proud of that bipartisan effort. We also have a mayoral forum that will be at our October Rooster Booster. This is the first ever mayoral forum to be at a Rooster Booster, and we will be working with our candidates over the next few weeks. Matt Francis from the Messenger Inquirer will be our moderator, and that will be held on the Owensboro Community and Technical College campus. That will be closed to the public because of COVID, but it will be Facebook Live. It will also be on YouTube and many other ways for you all to attend virtually on that very important forum. On October the 22nd, we will have a state legislators forum. And then our voter's guide, along with the Messenger Inquirer, will be released sometime in the next few weeks to coincide before the voting deadlines. That voter's guide will have a glimpse of our city commission candidates and all the other, and our mayoral candidates and all the other candidates that are on the ballot, including the school board candidates for this upcoming election. Red, White, and Blue, sponsored by Big Rivers, would be on October the 29th at the Davis County Courthouse lawn. That will be an in-person event and a great way to come out and hear all the candidates to talk about what they bring to the table and why they're running to serve our community. Chamber Young Professionals is hosting free headshots September 8th at Kentucky Wesleyan College. For anyone who needs professional photos, it's a great opportunity for you to come and to do that, to prepare for resumes, for any type of public relations that you need. And we thank CYP for doing that. For more information on that, you can go to our website. And you all, as we said, it's been a very busy month over the past few weeks. But one thing that happened that we're proud of, but we're also sad to talk about, is to say goodbye to Jacqueline Graves, our membership and marketing manager. Jacqueline has been a part of our family since she entered our door 4 years ago. We've had fun together. We've gone through so much together as a chamber team family. And also just serving the community. So we're so proud of her for her new spot at the Greater Owensboro Realtors. She is made for this position, and she'll make our community look great. Jacqueline, we love you. We'll miss you, but we look forward to working with you in your new role. And last but not least, our Business of the Year. We would like to recognize today the business with 51 plus employees that received the 2020 Business of the Year. We have a video featuring Boardwalk Pipelines. Thank you all, and see you soon at Brescia.
Feeling great. You know, this is an award that's really for the employees. Boardwalk is an interstate natural gas pipeline and storage company. We actually operate in 11 states. We actually touch about 10% of all the natural gas that's consumed in the United States. You know, Owensboro is, again, it's a stable workforce. We find the employees are very loyal to the company. It's the sense of family you get. It's not just the 9-to-5 job. If an employee has an issue, they're going through a personal issue, you see employees rally around them and help them out, and that sense of community is important. I think our customers see that. We're going to provide them a great service and treat them fairly. And the same values that we see in our employees, I think our customers see that as well.
Excellent work, Boardwalk Pipeline. Love that. Okay, so now I want to introduce you to Professor Sydney Warren. And we're in your class. It's called Brescia University 101. What is that?
So that is an introduction to college class. We help these students make it through their first semester. There are a few assignments, but mostly we are just helping them navigate that college process and helping them get through to the second.
So give us an idea of what an orientation assignment would look like.
So these students have to attend a cultural, a social, and an educational event. They have to make an appointment at the library. They have to participate in discussion questions in the classroom. They do a little bit of journaling. So we just make sure that they know how to find their classes, they can get through everything they need to in the first semester.
So should we put them on the spot and poll the room to see who's made an appointment?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Should. I haven't yet this
Okay,
fall.
show of hand, who's made your appointment so far?
Oh, not too bad.
Okay, maybe one slacker over my shoulder. I love it. So we're gonna put your class to work today, right?
Yes.
So we're gonna put this BU 101 class to work here for the Greater Owensboro Chamber of Commerce. They're gonna introduce our next guest. I'm gonna turn it over to Professor Warren.
Okay, just like we practiced. 3, 2, 1.
Pass the board chair to David Roberts.
Killed it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Brescia students, for the warm introduction, and on behalf of the Chamber, we just wish you the best as you start this 2020-2021 academic year. We look forward to seeing your success and seeing you through this tough time as you either begin or revisit your college careers. I'm here this morning to introduce our speaker, and I've got to say I've done this a few times, and this gentleman seemingly has done it all, and so I'm looking forward to what he has to say, and I think you guys will find his message enjoyable as well. Rick Higdon has spent the past 35 years working in various finance, sales, and executive management roles in the technology industry. He has deep experience in international business development and has worked with companies in the energy, mining, and transportation industries. Rick started his career in audit and is a CPA. After early roles in internal audit and corporate accounting, Rick went to work for an ERP firm where he managed global budgeting and planning while living in Australia, and then moved to South America where he took on a business development role. He later worked as CFO of a mobile computing firm and then led the sale of the company to private equity firm GFI Energy Ventures. He then worked for GFI as the president of an operating unit and supported the roll-up of 4 technology firms, which were later sold to Oracle. After leaving GFI, he founded the systems integration firm Turnpoint Solutions. And after 7 years of growth, Rick sold that company to 5 Point Partners, who were later acquired by EY. Rick worked at EY as executive director before finally retiring in 2016. Rick is currently serving as a senior board advisor with Bravado Capital Partners and is serving as a board advisor to 2 technology companies while acting as president of one of those companies. He also serves as the chair of the board of trustees for our very own Brescia University and is a board member of the Lynn Gap Center Children's Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in offering a warm Rooster Booster welcome to Rick Higdon.
Hello and welcome to this portion of your virtual Rooster Booster. Thank you for having me. My name is Rick Higdon. I currently live in Atlanta, but I'm an Owensboro native and a graduate of Brescia University. I currently serve on the board of trustees at Brescia and still consider Owensboro home. But I've spent the last 3 decades living and working around the world, having to often change how I speak English, what words I use, so that people could understand. So bear with me, that's why I talk a little funny, but I am an Owensboroan. And just to show that, like many of you, I spent my childhood working in the tobacco fields, worked a summer at Moonlight, and spent about a year at Medley's Distillery. And my last 3 years while I was attending Brescia, I had the honor of coaching at Catholic High and had mentors like Tommy Watson and Father Bradley, so greatly appreciated. And though I have 2 children who graduated from the University of Georgia, I still bleed blue. So, okay, enough moving on from trying to develop my street cred. But what I briefly wanted to talk to you about today is the value of a liberal arts education. I attended Brescia until the mid-'80s and then moved to Atlanta, and it wasn't until later that I realized how it had prepared me, not just for my professional life, but for life in general. In retrospect, I can reflect on what it means to have received that education. But before I move on, let me clear something up. The term liberal or the word liberal in the liberal arts education does not translate to a political ideology. The word liberal in that is more like I use a liberal amount of butter and salt on my mashed potatoes. It means more, okay? And just for a little history, a little more academic history, the liberal arts concept was originally used in Greece as they believed you needed broad exposure to topics in order to develop critical thinking skills and communication skills so you could fully participate in society. And by strict definition, the Association of American Colleges and Universities says liberal arts education is an approach to learning that empowers individuals and prepares them to deal with complexity, diversity, and change. It provides students with broad knowledge of the wider world. Deal with diversity and change. Key points. And I think it's basically saying learn how to get out of your comfort zone. Now, those are the academic terms, but when I went to Brescia, that translated to Rick, be more open-minded. All of my professors were constantly challenging me to think more broadly, to open my mind, to look at things from different perspectives. And it was sort of training me to get out of my own way. But it wasn't just about studying a wide range of topics, although I did. I mean, my major was accounting, but I took courses in art and music, which certainly tugged on the non-functioning right side of my brain. And I talk about this because I now realize how this prepared me to operate effectively in different places and in different cultures all over the world, to appreciate and use the differences to consider alternate ways of doing things. I remember when I moved to Atlanta, or moved to Australia from Atlanta, someone had asked me if I had adjusted to the cultural difference, and I laughed. And I remember saying, well, when I moved to Australia, I almost felt like I was going back to Owensboro. The culture felt very similar to what I felt when I lived in Owensboro. The real adjustment was I moved from Owensboro to Atlanta, to the deep south, from the Midwestern town of Owensboro. And for all of you from Owensboro who confuse yourself as a Southerner, I will promise you a Southerner would have a different view of that. After I left Australia, I moved to Latin America to open up new markets for a software company. And then a number of years later, I started my own company where we had operations in 3 countries and managed projects across the world in 10 countries. And that liberal arts broad perspective challenged me to open my mind and appreciate differences rather than thinking other cultures or other places, even if they work for me, had to change to meet my expectations. And without this, I could never have succeeded in the situations I encountered operating around the globe. Now, just change gears for those of you who are watching. So what does any of this mean for Owensboro? Well, this perspective doesn't just prepare you for life overseas. It does translate to Owensboro, Kentucky. The world doesn't stand still, and it's always in a constant state of change. And change seems to be the thing that generates a lot of stress in people. But to develop that ability to accept and embrace change helps us to grow as a people and a society. You know, I remember growing up, anytime we were studying U.S. history, there was always this thing they talked about America being the melting pot, right? And the thing is, when they talked about that, it was always said as a good thing. And it's still a good thing. I think it's a very good thing. And we need that diversity to flourish. To not only respect something that is different, but to embrace something that's different. And this multi-perspective American melting pot provides for something better. It gives us more alternatives to consider versus the choices that come just from homogenous thinking. As Owensboro looks to grow its local businesses and attract other businesses to town or draw talent to the community, it is imperative that we embrace diversity. And I would say it's imperative for sustainability of the community. And just to change gears for one final thought, you know, I'm certainly an advocate of liberal arts education and how it prepared me, but from an external viewpoint, I want to say that Owensboro is blessed to have the critical infrastructure of higher education, not only in Brescia as the gateway to downtown, but also with Kentucky Wesleyan, OCTC, and Western. You know, we need to recognize and support these institutions as key elements for success and to look to them as examples of diverse communities and recognize the success of those communities. I'd like to thank you for your time today and Godspeed, Owensboro.
Rick Higdon, thank you so much for being with us for this morning's Rooster Booster Breakfast. Can you all, this view, really? I mean, so as you can see, Candace has taken the opportunity of the view from the top of the Science Building here at Brescia to have Father Larry carry around her distinguished alumni plaque. Really, Candace?
Hey, listen.
We hope you all have enjoyed today's Rooster Booster Breakfast. Father Larry, thanks for having us.
Thank you so much,
I mean, we're here. It's been a great tour of campus. We know y'all have appreciated it, so thank you very much. And before we go, before we go, Candace, we have an exciting announcement to make.
We sure do. Regarding
downtown Owensboro. And speaking of our view from the top of the Science Building here at Brescia, check out this view of downtown Owensboro. As Father Larry says, it's the best place in town to watch fireworks. Well, speaking of fireworks, we have a really exciting announcement that's going to light up your morning about downtown Owensboro.
We put together a thing called the OBKY Project. And one of the things that kept floating to the top of every one of the focus groups was Zev Buffman's Winter Wonderland. So through the auspices of great community citizens and great corporate citizens, Winter Wonderland is going to make a return to Owensboro for outdoor skating.
But how can you bring an outdoor rink to Owensboro funded by zero tax dollars? Well, thanks to an innovative partnership between Southern Star, Atmos Energy, and Boardwalk Pipelines, our wish has been granted. It's energy on ice.
We wanted to form a unique partnership to bring outdoor skating back to Owensboro and create an opportunity to bring people from across our community and our region to our downtown area.
Quality of life is an important value here in the greater Owensboro area, and we are absolutely thrilled to be adding to that quality of life.
And we all know that quality of life is a major component in talent recruitment and economic development.
The outdoor rink will be open this winter on McConnell Plaza, which is right behind the Hampton Inn & Suites, downtown Owensboro waterfront. The rink is actually synthetic ice, meaning it can be used year-round, and you can still use normal ice skates on it. The Owensboro Convention Center is partnering to staff the rink during the Winter Wonderland hours. The rink will be the main attraction for the new Winter Wonderland. Come this winter, join us for Energy on Ice.